an unknown hand deck. So basically, the abilities is if you have 35 or more cards in your hand, then you win the game. And so basically, our strategy is going to be based around Salazzle's Roast Reveal. You discard a fire energy and you draw 3 cards. We're also going to be using Heat Factory, which does basically the exact same thing. Discard a fire energy, draw 3 cards. We have 4 Hows, like basically just basic draw stuff. So the strategy with this deck is Vulpix is usually going to be in the active using Beacon to get out Salandit and Salazzle for the setup. And then once we have just about enough cards in our hand, we're going to be spending most of our turns just discarding fire energies and searching our deck for Pokemon like Unown and Virizion. Virizion GX is basically here for like mainly at like the very last turn. So you're going to use Breeze Away GX and you put any of your Pokemon in play and all of the cards attach them into your hand. And so we're going to use that and we're going to put all of the Salazzles into our hand. So it's 2 more cards for each one we put into our hand. I also have 1 Mew in here just so that they can't get multiple knockouts a turn, and so we'll have enough turns to draw as many cards as we need. So yeah, you use Breeze Away GX, then you hopefully have enough cards in your hand to use the ability to win. After you discard all those fire energies to draw cards using the ability in the stadium, we're going to use fire crystals to get 3 of those fire energies back to get more cards into our hand. And then if we discard like a lot, then we can also use a fisherman to get 4 cards back. Obviously we're not going to be getting prize cards, so I have Lieutenant Surge's strategy in here just to be able to play more supporters, like playing a lady and then like a How to get like 7 cards in your hand in 1 turn, not counting Salazzle's ability or the stadium. So yeah, basically that's the strategy. We're gonna go into a match and see how it works. All right. The only big issue with this deck that I see is our opponent running Judge or the Mars Shadow with the ability, because that'll make us shuffle our hand back into our deck. And those are Mars Shadow's used pretty frequently sometimes, especially if this is a Reshiram Charizard tag team deck. But I don't think we have a bad start exactly. We can use Professor Elm's lecture to get some more Salandits and a Vulpix. Okay, this is not. Okay, it's just a Blaspheon deck. Blacephalon? I don't know. So yeah, hopefully, I doubt he's going to be running Mars Shadow if he's using Green's Exploration. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about getting our hand shuffled into our deck. Now we just got to focus on getting out the cards. This isn't going to be too hard. I've got a feeling. If we can just get out Vulpix pretty quickly. We'd have to get an energy to retreat with, so if we can top deck an energy, that'd be pretty good. Otherwise, we'll still be fine with just the Salandit stuff. Oh, wow. Okay, that's great. We top deck the energy. So I'm going to grab 2 Salandits and an Alolan Vulpix. Should I do that? I will grab 2 Alolan Vulpix. Just because I know he's probably going to get a knockout because he got Welder into his hand the turn before. So we're going to grab those. We're going to retreat into the Alolan Vulpix and then use Beacon, and we're going to grab 2 Salazzles. Then probably what we're going to do the next turn is use a lady to get 4 fire energies, and then we're going to start using the Roast Reveal to draw cards. Yeah. I knew he was going to have the Welder there. He's probably going to have a knockout on this Alolan Vulpix. Yeah, I have a deck like this too. I just don't have any fiery flints, so the deck doesn't work as well. But I think we're basically set because we're not focused on drawing prize cards, and so we have basically 6 turns or 5 to get all the cards we need into our deck, into our hand. Probably not even that many because the Virizian's gonna get knocked out, and so that's gonna be 2 prize cards. But I would say that we're doing okay. I'm gonna use the lady to look in my deck too. Okay, that's another. So land it. We're gonna evolve those 2. I'm gonna check to see if we need to use the Gladion by just looking at my deck. We'll grab the 4 energy. We have the Unown is in here, the Virizian's in here. We only have 3 fire crystals. Heat Factory's here. Lieutenant Surge. Okay, yeah. I think we have just about everything we need. I may need to get a switch for my prize cards because I know that's in there. And then also maybe another fire crystal using the Gladion. So that might be the plan. But for now, I think we're just gonna use 2 roast reveals. Our hand is already growing pretty big. Okay, and we also got the Heat Factory, so we can do a 3rd one of those. This is good. This is good. Okay, so now I'm going to use Beacon, search my deck for another Salazzle and an Alolan Vulpix. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. See, even just in that one turn, we already drew like plenty of cards. And it's only going to grow from there. Because now, if he doesn't discard the Heat Factory or use a Guzma to get any of these Salazzles, next turn we can draw 12 cards just by discarding those energies. So that's already a big growth. Alright, Bill's analysis. I like the funny thing about this deck is you're basically just not even playing against your opponent. You're not interacting with your opponent's side of the field at all. There are decks that like try to avoid like just try to like deck out their opponent or something, but with this one we don't even need to do that. So like everything is literally just in our hands. Okay, I'm gonna evolve. I'm gonna bench the Vulpix. I'm gonna use these abilities. Gonna draw some more cards. We haven't drawn any of the fire. Oh, there it is. There's one. Alright, so we have 7 fire energies in the discard, and now 8. Alright, we're looking very good right now. I'm gonna play a Gladion. Okay, so these are our prize cards. I think I'm probably just going to grab the switch or the fire crystal. I'm gonna go for the switch because if we need to, we can always use the fisherman. But we're not gonna use the switch yet. We're going to retreat and do the Alolan Vulpix. Use Beacon again. I guess we can just do that. You see, we can draw our entire deck next turn if we wanted to. That's what's so great about this. But we're definitely not going to do that. I wonder what he's going to grab with the greens. Because if he's caught on and he does run a judge, we're kind of screwed. Yeah, but he's not going to grab the judge. Okay, cool. He grabbed the Guzma probably because he wants to knock out one of these Salazzles. But we're just going to draw them back into our... put them back into our hand anyway next turn. So I think we're basically set to win. There's not much he can do unless he has a judge, which I don't think he does. Because a lot of decks don't really run judge. It's a bit of a waste of a supporter card if you ask me. And he's using that. Easy knockout. Alright, so he still has to draw 3 prize cards. So we are going to bench the Verzion, attach the energy. We're going to draw some more cards with the abilities. After we do this, we will have 1 card left in our deck. My question is, maybe it would be a good idea to, how many? We have 3 Vulpixes in the discard, so we're going to use a Rescue Stretcher to get all those back into the deck to draw later. I think I might play a Lieutenant Surge's Strategy, and then I'll play a Howl to get those, and then a Gladion to get what? Probably a Fire Crystal, just in case we need it. Because how many energy do we have in the discard? 12. Yeah, we can get all 12 of those back with that. So we're going to use a switch. We're going to use Breeze Away GX, and we're going to put these 3 into our hand, into our deck, I mean, and we're going to keep these 2 out. Awesome. Alright, let me just count the cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yeah, we're basically set to win now. Unless he plays a judge, that is. Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the Fire Crystals, which will probably already be enough to get 35 cards into my hand. But with that, we can also play the 2 Pal Pads to get 4 supporters back into my deck. And then use the Heat Factory and Howl. Look at that. Okay, yeah, we won. Awesome. Alright. Yeah. I hope he's ready. Hopefully he actually lets us use the ability, and he doesn't just quit the game before we can actually do it. Alright, so we're going to use the 2 Pal Pads. Awesome. We're going to use Heat Factory to get more. Okay, we have all those. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're just going to use the Fire Crystals now. I'm pretty confident that we have enough cards. Three more. 3 more. Oh yeah, this looks like plenty. You see, the good thing about this deck is that it's not the most popular and well-known, so a lot of people don't even realize like what's happening until I bench the Unown. So how many energies do we still have left? Okay, so there's gonna be 3 when I retreat with this. We're gonna retreat. We're going to use a Fisherman to get those 3 energy back. And now we're going to use the ability. And we win. Yes! It worked exactly as I'd hoped. It's so fun to play with. I love doing it because your opponent just thinks that they're going to knock out and get a knockout and get a knockout. And then you come in at the end when they have like 1 prize card left and you have 6 and you just completely obliterate them. We're gonna play another one. They have the advantage this time, but that's usually the case. We can't get any knockouts with this deck unless it's on like a 30 HP Magikarp. Do I want to go first? Sure. I think sometimes it's best to go second with this deck if I'm going to be using Vulpix, but I don't even have him in my hand. So, I think I made the right choice. We're just going to make sure that we can evolve that Salandit on our second turn. We can. Awesome. Okay, first thing we're going to do is play the Heat Factory. Draw those 3 cards. I think I'm going to play Professor Elm's Lecture. We don't need that yet. What deck is this? Okay, it's Squirtle. I don't think this is he's using a deck that can actually, like, hurt benched Pokemon, so we're not going to explicitly search for that Mew. Alright. And I think we're going to be set for next turn. Especially if we can draw an energy to retreat out of that Salandit, so we can use the Beacon. But we already have one Salazzle that we're going to get up. Is this... He's probably using the non-GX not Bulbasaur. Yeah, I think I know what deck this is. Actually, I think it might be the deck that I'm thinking of. I think it is Blastoise GX. First turn Lilia, that's pretty good. He discarded the Heat Factory, sadly, but I don't think that's really going to mean much in the grand scheme of things. Palkia. That's funny. Alright, we're going to play the How. This is not what I was hoping for, so we could use a Fire Crystal to get that 1 energy back and then use this ability here. But I almost think that'd be a waste. I think I'm just going to hold off. He's going to get the knockout on the Salandit, but I did not want to waste a Fire Crystal just to get 1 energy back, because that's a waste of an item. And so unless we're building the number of cards in our hand, I don't think there's any point in doing that. It might come back to bite us, though. Okay, it's not Blastoise GX. He's going to be loading up Palkia GX to use Hydro Pressure. But I really don't think I don't know. I feel like the strategy with this deck is not the best. My opponent's deck, not mine. This does not look like a deck that would run Judge or Marshadow, so I've got a good feeling about this. Okay, we got an energy now. So we can use Roast Reveal. Oh, well, there are the energies we were looking for. We got another Vulpix. We're going to play a How. Alright, I think we're just going to use Beacon. Grab out another line of that. Hopefully we can evolve that, because right now we're not drawing nearly as many cards as we did the last game. This deck is a little risky, especially if your opponent can take prize cards faster than you can draw cards, which usually isn't the case, but he just got, she just got that knockout on my Salandit, so that might come back to bite me. Okay, this deck is just kind of all over the place. I don't see the point in running Palkia GX when you can just use Blastoise. Alright, we're going to come up with the Lowland Vulpix. Salandit. I'm going to use Roast Reveal. We can bench another Vulpix for next turn. Even though I don't think we're going to be using it, actually. Okay. We need to get cards fast, so I think I'm going to play Lieutenant Surge and then use Lady to get 4 more energy into my hand, and then we're probably going to play a How. Alright, I might regret that just because now there's a lot of supporters in the discard, and we can usually only get back 4 with the 2 Pal Pads we run in this deck. But I think we will be okay. Alright. We're going to use Beacon. Just grab another Alolan Vulpix, get a card into the hand. He's definitely going to get a knockout on the Vulpix, but then we can use a Rescue Stretcher to get 3 cards back into our deck. Oh, man. Okay. We can evolve that now. I'm not sure if we have enough. We definitely don't have enough cards in our hand yet to win this. I'm gonna play a Gladion just because I'm pretty sure, yep, the Unown's in there, so we're gonna have to grab that. Except now the big issue is that we gotta get Virizion into the active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We're quite a few cards away, but I think what I'm going to do is use Rescue Stretcher to get 1, 2, 3 cards back into my deck, and then I'm going to use Vulpix to get them back. I don't think we should bench Virizion. We might have to leave these guys out right there. I think what I might actually do is... yeah, I'm probably just going to Beacon. I'm going to use these 2 Pal Pads now, just because I may need to use that Lieutenant Surge, even though I already have one in my hand. And then we're going to use a second Pal Pad to get back the 2 Howls. We're going to use Beacon again. We'll grab back these 2. Alright, so I'm actually kind of hoping he'll play a Guzma and knock out one of these Salazzles now. I really hope he doesn't Tapu Lele to get a Judge. That would be awful. Oh, okay. That's actually exactly what we wanted, because he's going to use the Guzma, definitely knock out a Salazzle, and then we'll be able to Rescue Stretcher 3 instead of the just the 2 that we would have had. Okay, that's actually perfect. Okay, we're gonna use this Rescue Stretcher, get back 3 cards, use Roast Reveal one more time, probably again next turn. Okay, 8 cards in the discard pile. Okay. Now I'm hoping he doesn't have another Guzma. He's played 2, right? Yeah. I think we're just going to Beacon again. Yeah. Because that'll get us 2 more cards into our hand. Okay. While he's taking his turn, I'm just going to count. Okay, so we have 30 cards in our hand. Alright, this is our last turn. If we can't get all 35 cards we need, we lose. But I think that we've got it in the bag. Alright, so now, yeah, one last roast reveal to get the rest of our deck into our hand. So now we have 32 cards in our hand, I believe. There's 9 energy in the discard pile. I'm going to make that a little more because I have to attach an energy to retreat into Unown. So that's 10 in the discard. So we're going to use... I'm going to use 2 fire crystals and then a fisherman because... yeah. Alright. That's 3 more. And then fisherman. Yeah, right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom! And we've won. We're gonna pop a little well played and use the ability. Yes! You see, most decks are never prepared for this deck's strategy. Like with that deck, most decks are just all about getting knockouts because that's what the game's supposed to be about. But with cards like Unown, and you can use these abilities, oh, it's just so much fun to use this deck because your opponent never sees it coming. However, the only downside is that you can very easily beat this deck with a single Marshadow or a Judge. But other than that, this deck is super fun to play with, and I would highly suggest it. That's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys try to make this deck because it is super fun to play with. But yeah, that's really it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.